How to teach your dog to do an emergency stop. Notice how I'm clicking Jambo when we stop. I'm keeping the rate of reinforcement quite high. And I'm going to add in my cue because I'm pretty optimistic now that Jambo knows that when I stop, he stops. Stop. 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 I want you to practice this at least 3 times a day for a week. 5-minute sessions, or whenever you're out for a walk. Make a point of cueing your dog to stop. Jambo, come. So just as you're going out for a walk, your dog's quite near you, you know they're paying attention, just cue, stop. Once you've done this for a week, you're going to add in more criteria. What does that mean? It means you're going to make it just a little bit more difficult. So you can either do that by increasing the speed. Stop. Stop. Which is obviously a really good one. Stop. Because in an emergency situation, your dog could be running. You can also increase the criteria by adding in a bit of distance. So, if I just move away slightly from Jambo, not much, just a little, stop. And as soon as he stops, you click and you reward. So I'm just a bit further away from him. He's still following me because he's a good boy. Stop. 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 Don't click until your dog actually stops so that they realise that it's the stopping that is getting the click. Okay? You can also use a verbal marker. Yes. Add in the stop cue. Stop. Yes. Stop. Yes. Stop. Yes. Stop. Yes. Stop. Yes. Remember to practice while you're out walking. A good way that I've found to help your dog to know that you're stopping is for you to be clear. So, if you're walking along really quickly and they're just learning, don't just suddenly cue stop. You're walking along. Do your dog a favour, slow down a bit. Stop. Make sure that they're paying attention to you. Okay, set them up for success. You don't want them to ever fail at this, especially once you've added in the verbal cue. Okay, so make it easy. What are you then going to do? Stop. Yes. Every time they're about to stop, use your cue and give them a reinforcer. Good boy. Okay. Gradually make it more difficult, very gradually add in more criteria. So that's either going to be a bit of distance, a bit of speed, or a distraction. We've started out in our yard, okay? At the moment we can hear somebody next door. That's a little bit of distraction for him. You can also hear a football, so that's a little bit of distraction. Okay, so start this off at home, in your kitchen or in your yard. Then take it out onto the road. Practice it when there are no distractions around though. When there are no other people, no other dogs. When your dog is paying attention to you already. Okay, so maybe you're already practicing your loose leash walking. Don't make it difficult for them, is what I'm saying. Jambo, stop. Yes. You can also start teaching it when your dog is moving in different directions. So when your dog is facing you, when they're walking away from you, when perhaps Jambo was to go off that way. Stop. Yes. Okay. If you want to, you can use a hand signal if your dog's facing you. So my hand signal for stop if Jambo is facing me is literally my hand down, like that, which sometimes can be useful to have a hand signal as well. So I'll just show you how to use a hand signal if you're not already doing so. Okay, if you've got it on verbal cue and you're already saying stop and your dog is responding, you're going to add in your new cue before your old cue. So let me show you. Stop! So, new cue, hand signal, quickly followed by old cue, stop. Stop! Stop! Your dog will start preempting. Yes. And we'll start responding just to the new cue. Okay? So you don't necessarily need the hand signal, but that's just for if you want one. What else do you need to do? Well, you know what? The most important thing about this, you need to prove this with urgency in your voice. So we're not doing that initially because we don't want to frighten our dogs. But gradually you're going to make your stop sound louder and more urgent. Because what I do know is that in an emergency situation, you're not going to go, stop. Huh? You're going to yell or scream even. Okay? You're going to be perhaps a little bit manic. You're going to be shouting, stop! Okay? So that's how we want to proof it with our dogs. And we want them not to be scared of that. So we're gradually going to increase the volume and the panic in our stop. Okay, so let's give that a go. Stop! Yes. So I marked with a yes, and I rewarded. Stop! Yes. Stop! Yes. Perhaps you're going to shout your dog's name before you shout the stop. If so, add that in. Now stop! Yes. Good boy. Okay? And that is how you're going to teach and prove an emergency stop. Recap. Start off in a non-distracting environment. Walk slowly with your dog. Stop, and as soon as they stop, mark either with a clicker or with your verbal marker and follow up quickly with a reinforcer. Okay, this is dehydrated beef that I've got for Tessa. So, let's go. Yes. 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 Add in your verbal cue. Stop. Yes. Stop. Yes. Don't have the food in your hand. It's not a bribe. It's payment. So no food in your hand. Stop. Yes. Make sure you stop too. It reinforces your dog stopping. Tessa. Stop. Yes. gradually add in more criteria. That can be different direction, you facing your dog facing away from you. Maybe you've taken the behaviour from your kitchen to your yard, then out into the road. And then when perhaps there's somebody about, you can try leaving something like a ball on the floor and see if they'll stop before the ball. You can then reward them with the ball if you want to. But what I'd do actually is I wouldn't reward them with something that's actually on the floor that you don't want them to go near. I'd pick up another ball and throw it. Okay? Stop. Yes. Go. Stop. Yes. Practice 3 times a day, minimum, for at least a week, 5 minutes at a time. And, or practice on every single walk you go on. Practice just when you're standing in your kitchen and your dog's near you, or following you. Stop. Yes. If you want to use a hand signal, add in your new hand signal before your verbal cue. Tessa. Stop. I actually like the verbal cue on this because you're more likely to yell out stop than to stick up your hand, but you can have both. Come on. Stop. Yes. Good. Gradually make your stop sound more manic, louder, more urgent. And add in more distance. Here we go. Stop! Yes. You add up to the urgency in your voice. You don't just do it quickly. Stop! Yes. Gradually add in speed as well, so that your dog is moving a bit quicker, so that perhaps they're running, okay? But the word here, Tessa, come. The word here is gradually, okay? Don't increase your criteria too quickly. You want your dog to succeed at every stage of this. You don't ever want them not to respond to that stop. So don't ever use it if you don't think they're going to respond. Don't introduce the verbal cue stop until your dog is reliably stopping on cue, i.e. when you stop.